Ian from Powerhouse Miniatures. How you doing? This is my second review video of the new Citadel Texture Paints. So last week I did a separate video of some of these ones on the left there. New Martian Iron Crust, Steel and Battle Mire and Armageddon Dunes. I did a side by side Martian Iron Earth, Steel and Mud, and then a Grelin Earth as well. So this is the second video to them. So today I've got Astra Granite Debris, Valhalla Blizzard and a Grelin Badland. So in the same one as previous, I thought I'd just do up a few bases just to show as a side by side. So I've also got Morn Mountain Snow and then Lustrian Undergrowth. So this one doesn't have the label on it. I got it cheap in a hobby shop near me. So pretty much the same as before. I'll just show them off sort of side by side. Some of them obviously like Martian Iron Earth and Martian Iron Crust are the same colour and stuff like that. So I'll speak with them. So first off, Martian Iron Earth and Martian Iron Crust. There to focus him. So of course, Martian Iron Earth's got that cool cracked effect. Looks awesome. I really like that in a Grelin Earth. And then Martian Iron Crust, much thicker, much grainier, but finer grained. And then you can just see if you put a thicker layer on, the grain itself. That's it to focus again there. The grain itself will crack. So it looks awesome. So in a minute we'll look at a Grelin Badland because it's a better effect. But if you did it thicker, like 2 layers or something, you would get a similar crackled effect, but with a much thicker base. So it's really interesting. I really like that one. Next, Steel and Battle Mire and Steel and Mud. So Steel and Battle Mire, thicker grains, more of them. They're the same colour brown, so you can mix them together if you wanted to. I don't really know why you would do that, but yeah, there you go. Super quick, and again these things dry rock solid, and again it's a good thickness. Again, got a mil or two of like height on it, and yeah, dry rock solid. So you could dry brush brown over that or bone colour over that straight away. A couple of tufts and you're finished. So Armageddon Dunes, and this is Lustrian Undergrowth. So Armageddon Dunes again, thick, solid, big chunks, grainy stuff. Dries in about an hour, and you could dry brush straight over the top. And then Lustrian Undergrowth seems to have a bit of a glossy finish. Again, thick, grainy, a relatively thick application of it. Again, so I see it from the side. It's a good height on the basis sort of thing. And yeah, that'd be awesome with some scattered leaves, a couple of tufts, that sort of thing. So next, Astra Granite Debris. So they also sell Astra Granite, and I don't have it basically. So that was I can't do a side by side one of that. But Astra Granite Debris. Get to focus in the middle there. Right, so again, really thick. Like 3D texture. No paint or primer applied to these. So this one I had a few issues with. Basically, if you look in the pot itself, on this side, you can see through the pot, and it's pretty much just sand. Very, very thick, and a few you can see the pigment as well. And then on this side there, all the medium and the pigment, the medium is just all over there. Right, so it needed a real good shake up, and this has been sat for like 2 hours, and it's done it again. It's sort of separated a little bit. And before I shook it properly, I mixed it together with the the wood end of the brush sort of thing. And before that, I couldn't get it to stick on the base at all. The grains clumped to each other and then fell off. They didn't really adhere to the base. But these bases haven't been primed or painted with a base layer. So I would say, before just try that out as well. Obviously priming it properly and putting a base layer of paint on the base, because that might help it. But yeah, when it mixed together, it was fine. Very grainy again. Thick, big chunks straight away. One application, obviously. So again, just super quick, super easy way to do it, and it's like a really dark blue. When the pigment separates itself, you can see the pigment inside the pot. And there, we'll just have a look. I'll be able to see it. Yeah, you see on the lid. I don't know whether the colours come through properly, but it's like a really dark blue, like a grey blue sort of colour. So, yeah, so it'll match with Astra Granite as well. So next, Morn Mountain Snow, which is this one. It's with that old texture, and then Valhalla Blizzard. Right. So Morn Mountain Snow, it dried with a matte finish. Went on really thick. again, like grainy, a bit like some of the older ones, a bit like Sterling Mud or something like that, like thin, just uneven grains and stuff like that. So it looked pretty good. But yeah, it dried matte. Now Valhalla and Blizzard is more like a slushy, wet, sort of bubbly snow, and it dried with a sort of a gloss finish. So that is awesome. Now the thing is, the pigments stuck together. They're very, very fine, but they stick together in this like uneven sort of a pattern like that, and then the medium that it's with disappears, or sort of dries translucent, right? So in the corners there, it dried completely black all the way through to the base, which means, I mean, this one's pretty good. I'm just gonna set this one down more and mountain snow. Yeah, so this one, so you need a base layer underneath, obviously. So white would work, blue would work, turquoise or something like that, maybe coming through. Pick whatever you want, but definitely need something underneath, or a combination of wet and dry snow. So you could do a white underneath this, and then put little clumps where you want it of like static snow sort of thing. I forget what the Games Workshop one's called, but yeah, you could do that. And then some maybe some grass coming through, some like snow on the top, something like that. But yeah, it's a very slushy, wet snow, which is awesome. So yeah, and it dries like in a gloss sort of a way. So that one in particular is really bloody good. Really like it. On the Morn Mountain Snow as well, by the way, is a really light blue. It's got like a bluey sort of colour to it. Again, if you can see inside the pot. Yeah, it reminds me of like Celestra Grey or something like that from Games Workshop. So last two, we got the new Agrellan Badland versus the old Agrellan Earth. So again, same colour, same one. It's just like a bigger, meatier Agrellan Earth. There you go. Right, let's make sure they're all focusing and stuff. So of course on the right is Agrellan Earth, that awesome cracked pattern, desert-ish pattern, and again these no paint, no primer, so just straight onto the 25mm bases, and of course you can see in the middle that little gap thing that comes like modelled onto the bases. And then the one on the left, Agrellan Badland, look at that. Now this is a really thick application. It was just a big lump, but it went on really easy. So again, you know, got a good thickness coming off the base itself. If this little piece of the base is like 3 or 4, 3mm or whatever, that's a good, 1 or 2 millimeters coming off the base. And then it cracked in the centre, all the way through like that. So it's really cool. So it's some combination, basically, of the thicker new texture paints and then the old cracked pattern. So, absolutely awesome. Yeah, so I really like that. And then it reminded me, basically, of the Martian Iron Crust, like I said earlier. Because I believe if you put... Let's get this to focus. Because, yeah, I believe if you put a thicker layer of Martian Iron Crust on the base, it would make an effect like this. I'm positive it would. So that's something to play around with in the future. But that was awesome. Really, really good. So those two I'm particularly impressed with, because like I said, it's a combination of both. It's bigger, thicker parts and stuff like that, but with that cracked effect too. So there you go, Agrellan Badland. That was awesome. So my summary of them all basically was there's a full colour range of quick and easy but really effective basing options at a good price. The effects of the new texture paints looks like you've glued down sand before priming, done that thing, you PVA glue some sand or gravel down to a base before you prime the model. Mine dried solidly within a few hours and we're ready to dry brush. You could add tufts of grass or patches of grass and really quickly have really decent looking bases. You can get them in the large pots, which is the thing. You can get them for the 455 pots or about 360 from the independent retailers online. But one of those pots will last you absolutely ages. So the only negative I can really think is that if you didn't like the effect or it didn't come out right, like Astra Granite, for example, Astra Granite Debris, you would be lumped a fiver out of pocket, but again, that's really clutching at straws because it's only a few quid. I got one of the texture spreaders from Games Workshop texture spreader, didn't like that at all. It's best just to use a large base brush or something like this is what I use basically. It's like the small dry brush even, and then you can see it's knackered the bristles, but that's what, you know, just accept that that's what's going to happen. These cost £3 or £4. I can genuinely see myself using every single one of these. So a Grill and Badland in particular, really impressed with, and Valhalla and Blizzard, really, really good. And it's not very often I would say that I would buy a full range of those technical paints and use them. So that is it. So generally, over the last few years as well, Games Workshop have started to produce these awesome texture paints, the technical paints as well, the Blood Effect, the Nurgle's Rot, Typhus Corrosion, stuff like that. They've also got this new range of texture paints which are amazing. They've got airbrush paints now. They've got a full range of tools that are really, really good, even though they're really expensive, same as all of it. Their little hobby pliers are amazing. The little snipe nose ones. Welts, there's a million different things that they've started to do. Like, they've got their water effects, the still water. Like, apart from, I mean, they've got the scenic bases as well. Apart from maybe producing and selling an airbrush, like a physical airbrush, because their spray gun isn't very good, but, you know, like an equivalent one or something like that, I can't really think of anything else that the aftermarket, the third party sort of people for Games Workshop or for the miniature wargaming hobby, I can't think of really anything else that they've not got their fingers in apart from maybe magnets. And there you go. So they're expanding their ranges and stuff, but they're also producing products to compete at the highest level with a lot of the stuff you would typically associate with third party companies. So again, over the last few years, the airbrush paints have been really good. And the comparable in terms of quality to Vallejo and P3 and everything like that. They're really good stuff. These technical paints and some of the textures that they just came out with, are absolutely excellent. Like, again, to compete with some of all the aftermarket stuff. Their brushes are really good now. They used to be terrible, but like the new range of brushes is absolutely amazing. Like, I use them quite a lot now, if anything. They're really cheap as well. I mean, what else is there? Like, you know, well, what else is there? You're going to start selling pre-painted miniatures or something, and I'm out of a business. But there it is. So that's it. Anyway, that's my little review of them. Really, really impressed. Like I said, I'll buy all of them, and I have, and I will use all of them, which is, it's rare I'd ever say that. So that's it. You can check out my commission painting page, which is facebook.com/Powerhouse Miniatures, and all my pictures on there. And other than that, cheers for watching, and have a good one.